The diversity we have in the world today in our agricultural crops is the result of a lot of experimentation. It's the result of people really looking closely at the varieties on their farm, in their garden, and playing around with them, seeing what worked, what didn't work, maybe doing some crossbreeding, preserving the differences. And Jefferson was the quintessential experimenter. He was a scientist. He was curious. And he seemed to like differences. And unless you have people in the world who are farmers and gardeners who see those differences and who appreciate those differences, then of course everything becomes monochromatic and there is no diversity. Probably half of the food crops that have been domesticated and have entered into world commerce have never had a single Mendelian trained plant breeder working on them. So the progress that's been made in terms of productivity, yield increases, etc., has really come about by farmers and gardeners getting involved. And I think there's room for more involvement of that. But I think particularly the public sector and scientists ought to be working on some of those what we call minor or underutilized crops, because I think in the future, particularly with climate change, we're going to see some of the crops that haven't been super important in the past, not important like as wheat or potatoes. I think they're going to become more and more important, but we will need people experimenting with them and breeding them to adapt to those new climates, and then I think people will fall in love with them.